Hey guys, Mike here. So today's cult classic review is 1998's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, starring Johnny Depp as Raoul Duke and Benicio del Toro as Dr. Gonzo. In Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, an oddball journalist and a psychopathic lawyer take a trip to Las Vegas to take part in some psychedelic escapades. And so we have Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. So guys, this is another movie in the series before watching and reviewing it today. I had not seen it before, nor had I ever heard of this one. Didn't know anyone who was in it, didn't know what it was about. So I really had no major expectations going into it. So, what did I think of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? Well, something that did make me a bit worried when I started watching this one was the fact that Johnny Depp was in it. Now, I know that Johnny Depp is a really good actor. He has had some really good performances over the years. But honestly, in recent years, he's just kind of become a parody of himself. He pretty much ends up being, in some way or another, just a parody of Jack Sparrow. And then when you're watching him in interviews in real life, he's just so boring to listen to. But then I thought, this is Johnny Depp before Jack Sparrow, when everyone could really take him seriously. But still, I was kind of remaining a bit apprehensive of his character. And even though he was slightly Jack Sparrow-ish, I'd say that overall, I did quite like his character. Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro as well did have quite a few good comedy chops in this. They had quite good physicality in this, and they did come across as quite funny. And for the first 5 minutes of this film, I was just laughing at every single joke they set up. But as this one went on, even though what was on screen was fairly funny, I just wasn't laughing. The over-the-top nature of how they react to being high or the situations that they're dealing with were quite funny. It's just, I don't know, I just wasn't laughing at it. And I do have to admit, the first time that they get high and start acting erratically was quite funny. It's just that when you're seeing it for the whole entire film, it just becomes a bit repetitive and a bit redundant, because literally all this film is them being high. They don't really take a break and let you absorb what you've just seen. They just keep going and going and going. And it's kind of hard to remember what they did in the previous scene because they're still acting erratically and crazy. Something that I can really applaud this movie for is its creativity. Because instead of just relying on Benicio del Toro and Johnny Depp's performances, they go all out in this one with some psychedelic imagery, some great costumes, some interesting concepts, and it all comes together really well. So from a creative standpoint, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is excellent, but unfortunately, from a comedic standpoint, it just really isn't that funny. And when I was watching this one, I had to look up, who wrote this, who directed it. And I found out there was Terry Gilliam, who was one of the members of Monty Python, some of the most funniest and talented writers and comedic actors ever to have lived. And realistically, this movie's doing everything right. It just wasn't really making me laugh all that much, and I just found myself really bored with this one. I can't really think of anything that they could possibly change to make this one more funny. I just, in the end of the day, didn't find this one all that amusing. So guys, would I consider Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas a personal cult classic, and would I recommend that you guys should see it? Even though I really admire the filming techniques and the creativity put into Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, because this one was just so really unfunny, I couldn't possibly put this one as a personal cult classic. Even though I think they did everything right, this one was just really boring to watch. And honestly, I can barely remember anything that happened in this. But as for recommending you guys to see it, I wouldn't recommend this one either, because like I said, beyond this one being fairly creative, I don't think it really offers enough to be a decent comedy, or as a whole, be a really interesting film that you need to watch. So in short, I'm not really going to personally recommend Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, because to be honest, I really wanted to turn this one off in the first 20 minutes, and really nothing else beyond that really kind of persuaded me not to. Again, the only thing that made me not want to turn this one off was so I could review it in its entirety. Okay guys, that's my cult classic review of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Whatever you think, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!